right. Things are going to plan for the Utah Jazz. Lost tonight to the Golden State Warriors, but a lot went really well for Utah in other ways. Let's talk about it. It's the Hoops Nerd Show. All right, guys, before we go any further, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're on podcast, give me a review. 5 stars would be appreciated. And I'm still trying to figure out this Twitch thing. I don't think I'm there yet. I've gotten a few followers, though. We're up to 6. We're breaking the bank, baby. 6 followers on Twitch, but I don't think it's showing video. So if any of you could go to Twitch and see if you can see it live, that'd be great. Let me know in the chat. I don't know. Who knows if anyone's even watching this live right now. But anyways, the Utah Jazz lose to the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry and Draymond Green. And I got to say, since the last time the Jazz played the Warriors look like a completely different team. Utah looks like they're slowing down a little bit. There was a while there where Utah looked like when they were trying, were legitimately in the game with anyone they were playing. It's not looking as much like that anymore, but you got to give credit to the Warriors for how they played in this one. Very solid. Just to go over what the Warriors did, I mean, Moses Moody had himself a night. Look at this. 9 for 15, 26 points, one less than Steph Curry. Steph Curry went 7 for 14. So best player of the night for the Warriors, if we're just going by shooting numbers, was Moses Moody. Draymond struggled, but did everything else that Draymond does. 6 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal. Solid stuff for him. And like I mentioned, Steph Curry, although I was happy to see Al Horford playing for them. I don't know how long I know he was out for a little bit for them. I don't remember for how long. But him being back obviously helps them. It kind of puts their team in order. And I got to say, losing Jimmy Butler sucks, but this team moved a lot quicker. You know, when you have Jimmy Butler on your team, you're going to be much more methodical, much more half-court based when the ball's going through him, at least. Now, this Warriors team, they move a little more. They honestly played a lot younger in a way against this Jazz team tonight. They were the fast team, whereas Utah, who is a younger team, looked slow. And so you got to give credit to the Warriors, who just came with the energy. The Jazz did not. And it might be because Utah might know what's coming. I've got to do a video, hopefully tomorrow, about some of the latest trade rumors with Utah, free agency. There's a lot of stuff coming out there. I already wrote about one on SLC Dunk. You can go read it. But we got to talk about it a little bit. And this is something I've watched this and seen this for a long time. But once these players start getting these rumors and hints of things, the attitude changes a little bit. It's all fun and games until your buddy's not going to be sitting next to you anymore because he's about to get traded. Speaking of people that might be traded, Svi Mikhailiuk did not play particularly well today. 1 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. Basically, the entire Utah Jazz starting lineup. Lauri Markkanen, 6 for 14 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3. He looks like he's still kind of getting back from his time off from being sick. And, it takes a little time. I'm still not quite back, and I was sick 2 weeks ago. So imagine having to play full speed pro ball. It takes time to just get back to 100%. That said, he should be doing a little bit better. 1 for 6 from 3, 6 for 14 from the field. He'll get there, I have no doubt, but we shall see. Jusuf Nurkic had probably he's been just Mr. Triple-Double lately, and tonight he finally kind of came down to earth. 11 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Just things looked a little bit. The Jazz in general, and I know it's a back end of a back-to-back, so that's probably as simple. The show could probably be just wrapped up by saying that, but they just did not play particularly well. The thing that was kind of tough for the Jazz is that Key came off of getting some rest, and he did assist and rebound the ball well, which is nice to see, but the shooting wasn't quite there, at least from the field. Yeah. But anyways, Nurkic comes down to earth. 11 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. I think what we saw today, I don't think the Jazz are as slow typically as they were in this one. Probably somewhere in the middle. Okay. Thank you all. Oh, looks like we got some people on Twitch. Wow. Oh, but you can hear it, but no video. I wonder what's going on with my video. Uh, Interesting. Look at this. I don't know what's going on. I got to do some investigating because I'm using this ADM multi-stream, which allows me to stream from OBS to multiple channels. I may actually switch over to, because if you guys like it on Twitch, this may be worth it, you know? I don't know. Talking NBA, Utah Jazz, and everything might be really fun. Stop talking to it. Oh, that's a bot. DD Guy 5000, thanks for the follow. Look at that. We got some viewers. Same here. No video, but I can hear. Well, it's at least you can hear it. It would be nice if the video was showing. I don't know, guys. I went into the stream and I don't know. We got to figure that out, but that's cool. So I kind of figured that we're doing this live on YouTube. Might as well do it on Twitch. And what's exciting is the podcast is growing. Since I've just been regularly posting it, it's growing. And so I just figure I want to hit everyone in the channels they're at. I kind of thought about, I did Twitter for a little bit. I didn't care for it. It didn't really do much for me. But I really enjoy the YouTube, Twitch, and we will try and just keep uploading the podcast. So, by the way, like I said, if you're on the podcast, please give that a review and share it. That's growing, and you know, I'm sure you don't care that much, but it would be really cool to get monetized on Spotify, and we're on our way. I just have to grow. How dumb am I to not have been doing that the whole time, dummy? What am I doing? But anyways, I appreciate you guys letting me just kind of stream my thoughts here. But we'll do more published. That's the thing is, like, I like this idea of going live, and we might do this a little more, especially if Twitch grows and I figure out this stupid Twitch video. It's going to take me a minute. I don't know why it should be showing in theory, but something is blocking that from showing. So we'll see. Let's see. Let's go talk Ace Bailey. So Ace Bailey honestly had another pretty impressive night. I know it's a Jazz loss, and you know he's still a rookie showing rookie signs. I talked about it last show that I was bummed for him that he didn't make Rising Stars Challenge. I thought that was lame, and I do think the Jazz kind of screwed the pooch on that a little bit with not giving him minutes earlier. Like, here's a perfect example. Ace Bailey plays 34 minutes tonight, which actually led the team. Arguably their best player tonight. If you just look at pure raw numbers, I would still give that to Key. But 8 for 15 from the field, 3 for 7 from 3, 42%. Key was 3 for 4 from 3, nice to see. 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals for Ace Bailey. Utah as a team needs to be a better collective defense, and that's something they've got to do for sure next year. Right now, losing is important, and it's working, and we are going to talk about Tankathon a little bit. And I got to talk about Taylor Hendricks. I forgot to talk about him last time. But it's just nice to see him putting up these nice numbers, you know? And I know some of it's garbage time, and when the Warriors let off the gas or whatever once they were up kind of big, it's okay. It's better than not doing anything. Right now, Taylor Hendricks isn't even playing. Ace Bailey, as a rookie, is figuring things out. And what's exciting is there's so much room for growth. I mean, one thing that should get you a little excited is, look at this. The thing that Keyonte George, and this is something Keyonte George has been good at since day one, is drawing fouls. I mean, from day one, Keyonte George is elite at drawing fouls. He didn't get as many today, you know, but he still took 6 free throws on an off day shooting free throws. Ace Bailey, 0 for 0. He didn't take a single free throw. And some of that is just the handle, driving to the basket. What happens when Ace gets more comfortable driving to the basket? What happens when he's getting more, like, with that handle, and he's able to kind of create contact and get to the foul line? Then this 8 for 15 for 19 points, let's say he does what Key does today and goes 4 for 6. It makes his 15 shots, that's 23 points, right? It just ups that true shooting percentage, or what, I can't remember if true shooting percentage is the one that includes free throws or effective field. No, it's true shooting percentage, I believe. I can't remember. There's effective field goal percentage and true shooting percentage, and to be honest, I don't care that much. But simplistically, the way to look at it is 15 shots for 19 points, and the way that Ace Bailey will up his efficiency as a scorer and become one of those elite scorers that all of the, top tier NBA scorers are, the Doncic's, all those guys out there, MVP Harden and all them, not quite there. SGA, yes, Jokic as well, is they are elite at drawing fouls and getting free throws, and they get superstar calls, but they've also proven that they deserve them. When Ace gets like 6 free throws a game, it ups this, 19 becomes 25. And that's, as Jazz fans, we should be excited because it's kind of like, and we've talked about this analogy before, Ace is like this extremely nice desktop computer. It's got this incredible graphics card, right? The graphics card is just amazing. The video capability is incredible. Problem is, the hard drive's not quite there yet. He's got a lot of growth to do. He's got a lot of learning. The exciting thing is this desktop computer that has this incredible graphics card, right? Top tier, years ahead of all the other graphics cards. It's just lacking the memory. But what's cool about the Ace Bailey desktop is it's got all those slots to add. And you can just keep adding RAM or whatever. I forgot which was which. But you get my drift? There's so much room for him to develop. And you can just absolutely see what he needs to do. And one of those things is for sure just the handle. His defensive ability. If he could just add a little bit of strength, can he up his bench press by 20 pounds? Can he up his squat by 100 pounds? And just get strong base, strong legs. I'm not talking getting juiced. I'm just talking functional strength. When he can hold his ground on defense, when he can back guys down on offense, when he can put his shoulder into the defender, draw contact, and finish strong, like a beast. What happens when he can do that? Well, then you go from like averaging, that's when you start seeing the leaps in scoring average and the efficiency just goes up. That's what's exciting about Ace Bailey. And I know these losses are not fun. I find myself just kind of glazing over a little bit as we watch them get beat. But there are moments where you see Ace Bailey do something, and it's exciting because he has a lot of room for growth. And let's just hope and hope and hope that Utah gets lucky in this lottery, because a core of Keyonte George, Ace Bailey, Lauri Markkanen, potentially Walker Kessler. It sounds like Walker's probably going to be on the Jazz. We shall see. I think it's like the percentage, like 3 months ago, I would have been like 75% chance Walker Kessler's on the Jazz. I'm around like 88, 90% at this point. There may be a team out there that the Pacers and the Wizards are interested in Walker Kessler. They very much are. The question is, what are they willing to do to get Walker Kessler? Probably not willing to trade too much to the Jazz to get him, but you never know. It takes one owner who's just like, I want that guy on the team, give them what they want, and it happens. That's what happened with Minnesota and Rudy Gobert. They just said, we're going to make this happen. Sorry, make it happen. And Utah got that incredible trade. And by the way, Utah out of that trade already, Keyonte George and Walker Kessler. Could argue Utah is on the verge of having that trade become an all-timer for the Jazz, especially let's say the Wolves have an injury or something next year and the pick becomes great. Utah's already done well in the trade. What if that pick gets even better? Right? So we'll see. But anyways, I'm excited about Ace Bailey. The growth is absolutely there, and he's showing more and more and more every single time. And just with more strength, more fitness level, improved skill level with the handle, there's so much that he can become. There's so much, right? We mentioned Keyonte George a little bit. A little bit of this was him going to try to draw fouls, which he's good at, and he didn't get the calls. Some of it was just him missing mid-range shots. Like, he has that little mid-range pull-up that he's used to doing, and we're used to watching him just kind of make it. There's been times this season, guys, where Keyonte George to me has been a top 10 player. There's been a few games he's been that good. He's tapered off a little bit recently, but what's nice is that the three-point shot is still falling. 7 assists and 7 rebounds. Like, on an off night for Keyonte George, he's still hitting threes, still assisting the ball, still just playing great. I really am excited about Keyonte George, and everyone else should be as well. It's great. LeanX68 on Twitch. Sorry, I don't know. I heard some people, it's saying unstable. Average stream bit rate too high. I don't know. And I was trying to do a little research. I just haven't had time. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my toughest days. They just are. And so I haven't had time to really do the work. But eventually we will. I'd like to try and figure it out. And if that means really just going to Streamlabs, then we will. Kyle Anderson, 21 minutes tonight. Nice, solid veteran presence. I believe he has... let's see. Let's look it up. Kyle, I believe his contract goes into next season. And I'm actually personally fine with that. Let's see. So let's go to Kyle Anderson's contract. He is... Yes, so Utah has him, and honestly, I'm kind of happy with that. I think Kyle Anderson helps you win basketball games. And $9 million for next year. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent the following year, but that's pretty great. And he might be a trade piece next year, depending. But to be honest, he brings defense. He's a smart player. He does good things when he's on the floor. I appreciate what's his name? Kyle Anderson. Guys, we got 8 followers on Twitch. Yeah, baby. First goal is to get to 10. Let's see if we can do it. And you can't even hear it or watch it. And we're up to 8. 8 is great. See, it can't get healthy, just like Lowry Markkanen. So anyways, Bryce Sensabaugh, guys, I don't know. 22 points. He played pretty solid. He was kind of one of the ones that played, at least with the bench unit, some of the best. If he can figure out how to defend and help his teammates too, and figure out how to be both, a scorer and an additive player, right? Every player has their different styles and their different strengths, and his strength is obviously his ability to score the ball. But you've got to make sure that you are an additive player at the same time. And if you're a scorer, you've got to find other ways to help teammates out. And it doesn't mean just trying to score the ball every time you get it. It means scoring when it's the right time, And, if you're a superstar, if you're Michael Jordan, the right time is now, always, right? But for Bryce Sensabaugh, he's not that caliber. And so you got to make sure you pick your spots, right? And when you've got advantage, when you're playing advantage basketball and you've got an opportunity, transition, late in the shot clock, I'm fine with him just trying to get his, but it's just, there's too many times where it feels like it could have been something that helped another teammate out, especially, he had 3 assists tonight, which is nice to see, and 2 steals. So tonight's not the night to badmouth Bryce Sensabaugh. He had a good night. So we got to make sure we say that. 54, 44, 85. Tonight was a good Sensabaugh night. I guess what I'm trying to say is, can he continue to be additive? Can he continue to have good nights like this, but also be a player that makes others better and not just gets points and everyone else the offense gets broken so he can score, So it's something to just watch. Collier, 12 points, 6 assists, 4 steals. Pretty darn nice night, honestly, from Collier. Utah lost this with the starters. You could argue the bench unit played pretty darn well tonight, and Collier and Sensabaugh were solid. Filipowski was really good. Look at that, +8 in the blowout loss, 12 points. Very nice. That's 5 games in a row of Filipowski playing well. Very clearly needs to be coming off the bench. If you get 15 minutes of Filipowski and he's doing this in the future, that's great. And I don't think there's a better player for him to really learn from than Kyle Anderson. Because honestly, they're comparable size-wise. You look at Kyle Anderson, who is 6'8". Filipowski's bigger than Anderson, and Anderson is just a better defender. And so if Filipowski can kind of learn from Anderson, they've got what's interesting is they've got kind of similar strengths. They're both passing bigs. Anderson's definitely more of an instinctual ball handling player, but Filipowski can learn from him. Filipowski's more of a traditional big with passing and dribbling and, kind of additional abilities, whereas Kyle Anderson's kind of like a guard in a big man's body, in a slow big man's body. But that, Filipowski can learn from him. And I would love for him to learn from him defensively. Just have him be around Kyle Anderson. And it could be that just Kyle Anderson has some physical tools that Filipowski doesn't have in terms of like wingspan. In fact, just out of curiosity, Anderson wingspan. His wingspan, 7 feet, 2.75 inches. That's really good. Kyle Filipowski wingspan. 7 foot. So Filipowski is like 7 feet tall with a 7. Let's see. Height 7. What was his wingspan? 6'10". So that's one reason why Anderson does better. He just has that length matters. And so yeah, 6'8", 7'2" wingspan plus 4 wingspan. That's great for Anderson. For Filipowski, he's got to figure out how to be effective without having that, and maybe he can't. But I do like the idea of him learning from Kyle Anderson, because if he can just become an average to a slightly above average defender, that's a massive win for Filipowski. Like massive. We got a plus 15 from Walter Clayton Jr. in this one. That's crazy. He played 7 minutes, just 2 turnovers, 2 assists, 1 rebound. Solid stuff. They're not a lot to take from 7 minutes. All right, we mentioned him before. I'm a little worried about Taylor Hendricks, guys. I was going to talk about him last night, and I forgot to. He was so bad yesterday, but not necessarily bad skill-wise. He looked broken to me. Like, he looks like he doesn't know what to do. And he looks tentative. He looks slow. He's turning the ball over. He looks scared. And I don't know. I don't know if they need to. I think they honestly, and I would hate it, but it's probably the right thing to do. They got to send him to the G League to get some confidence back. But it's pretty bad. And I and I know other Jazz people are talking about it. Like, Utah's not going to judge him too much, but man, last game I think was his worst game in a Jazz uniform. It was so bad, and not a surprise he doesn't play today. I don't know what it's going to take, and I'm hoping that one of these days we see him and he flips a switch. And we've had games where he's played pretty well. He just looks slow to me. He looks nervous. He looks like he's scared to make a mistake. And because of that, it's like making it worse. It's pretty rough, and I hate it. No one's rooting for Taylor Hendricks harder than Jazz fans and myself and everyone on this channel and everyone out there. It's been bad, and I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but what we've been seeing is pretty rough, and it's kind of depressing, to be honest. And so let's just hope that whatever it is, he can figure it out, get some of that confidence back. We're rooting for you, Taylor. We're rooting for you, man. But one thing I would tell Taylor Hendricks is go balls to the wall. Maybe you make some mistakes. Maybe you miss a rotation. But one thing you can control is your belief and your effort. Right now, the effort's not great, and the belief is gone. And it just goes to show, when your belief is gone, especially in yourself, it's tough to get it back. Got to believe in yourself. Taylor, come on, man. Believe in yourself like we do. All right? You've got it. You've got the tools. You've got the potential. I'm not giving up my Taylor Hendricks stock at all. But we need Taylor Hendricks to believe in Taylor Hendricks. And, you can control your belief and you can control your effort. Those are things you can control. Can't control what other people say and do. Can't control always what the coach says. But I tell you what, if you're putting in the effort and you're putting in that work and you're going 100 miles an hour, aggressive, quick, try to make good decisions, but you got to be fast with it. If you've got that 3, knock it down. If you've got a lane to the basket, drive and go hard. Cram it on somebody. I mean, honestly, Cody Williams, who didn't play tonight, he's figured that out. When you got a chance, cram it. and Taylor Hendricks has that ability, and so rooting for the guy. All right, guys, that's all we've got tonight. We got to start the music because we have got to do another lottery. Oh, before we do that, though, Indiana won today, so maybe we can really quickly go to the games here. Just a quick tank watch. Look at this. Indiana beats Chicago, baby. That is nice. All of a sudden, Indiana has gone 5-5 in their last 10. Might pass Utah. Hornets win again. They're figuring things out. Mavericks lose, but it doesn't matter. So nice stuff. Nice stuff. This was the biggest thing you would have wanted, and it happened. And so for Tank Watch, tomorrow, thank goodness the Jazz don't play tomorrow. I need a break. Holy smokes, does these back-to-backs wear me out? I guess rooting for the Mavericks against the Hornets, but my goodness, are we rooting for the Nets tomorrow? Go Nets, baby. That is the tank game to watch. And then obviously the Kings. Go Kings. Go Kings. Domantas Sabonis is back. If we get a Kings win and a Nets win, that would be massive for Utah. But right now, what's exciting, look at this. Utah is 3 games back of 4 teams. They are 3 games back of being in the number 2 spot. It's right there. We got plenty of time. Trade deadline, we're not even past trade deadline yet. Now, you got to get it done now because post-trade deadline, the tanking gets worse and stronger, and teams are really going to try to lock in. But you never know. Maybe Indiana plays to win, or maybe they go out and make a trade. We saw there was a rumor. I was listening to Hoop Collective. They may go out and try to get like Yves Missy from New Orleans. We'll see. But New Orleans is winning. They're 4-6 in their last 10. Indiana 5-5 in their last 10. You just look at this right here. These are the 3 teams. This is the potential jump for Utah to go from 6 to 3. If they can, they're going to pass up New Orleans eventually. Like they'll be in this 5 spot. Can they pass Indiana? Can they pass Sacramento? That's the exciting thing. That's the thing to watch. All right. Let's put this down. And let's see. So, if this lottery was today, what would happen? Utah falls to 7, but they keep their pick. And I'll take it. There's good guys. I love Ament. I love Jaden Quaintance. Kingston Flemings, Mikal Brown, LeBaron Filan, Koa Pete. There's choices. You're getting a solid player. Now, obviously we want to win, and that sucks we lost. But you'll notice every time we're there, we're losing. I'm just curious. Yep, see? Utah's holding strong, but it's these top teams that are moving. That's where you want to be. All right, let's give a shout out to the All-Stars tonight, guys. By the way, real quick check-in on Twitch. Let's see. Offense doesn't flow as well on the floor. I find him doing too much ISO where other players are open with a better shot. Go Wizards. Yes, baby. We play the Nets on Friday, too. Oh, that game. Tank like you've never tanked before, Jazz. That loss to the Nets is a season. We've already beaten the Nets once. Imagine if we hadn't already. We would be potentially passing them up. All right, let's give a shout out to the All-Stars tonight, guys. Let's give a shout out to See Ya, Alexa Later, Brian Perry, the legend. His name means king. Jace is the ace. Garner. Steve Areno, Stu Sir. Let him cook sturdy pots. Ezekiel Raicibe, the man from down under. Tyson Price, the price is right. Jordan, the GOAT. Besserell. Christian House Money to Haas. Robert Hall of Fame, Arcs Poetica. Austin R. Grant, editor extraordinaire. Keith for 3 at PG, the OG. And Patrick Akubo, the connoisseur. Guys, like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a follow on Twitch. I would appreciate it. We are up to 9 already. We're 1 away from 10. Magnus, welcome, baby. And then, yeah. If you're on the podcast, make sure you give me a 5